Good day, guys and gals. So, the Xbox Business Podcast just happened. I made some bullet points here with the most interesting things. I'm gonna summarize them and add some opinion slash commentary to it. So, 4 games are coming to other platforms, not Starfield or Indiana Jones. They are older than 1 year. 2 games are community driven, and 2 games are smaller games not meant as platform exclusives. My guess is Hi-Fi Rush is gonna be one of the smaller games that's gonna come on other platforms, and probably Sea of Thieves as well. And what I've seen being tossed around as well from other people is Pentiment and Grounded. At least that's what I've mostly seen. So that's probably the games that are gonna come. Those 4 games. Xbox is a hardware platform, publisher of great games. Xbox as a platform for the world's best creators. So they kept saying that creators. I thought they were talking about content creators, but I think with creators they meant developers, because they were talking about games and then a lot of the times they said creators. So with creators they meant developers. So yeah, they want to make it a big platform for developers and give them a lot of flexibility. They mentioned Roblox and Fortnite as examples of that, like that you don't necessarily need exclusivity to make a big game. Like sometimes a game is bigger than the platform. All games will be on Xbox platform. They're not striving away from that. All games on Game Pass day one. They really reiterated that every game they're gonna make that is from them is gonna be on Game Pass on day one, which I thought was pretty crazy. Like, damn, the Game Pass is gonna be a crazy good deal. More of their games to more players. They really said that they wanna with the things they have with Windows, Xbox, even mobile. They mentioned they wanna use everything they have to get as to many players they can. One thing that was very important for them is crossplay and cross-platform save. They're gonna have games that won't take advantage of that though. So as they wanna reach in different platforms, they wanna make it so you can actually play in the different platforms, stop and then play, pick up where you left off and things. So I think if they achieve that with all of their games, that would be crazy. But right now, that's not gonna be likely, but maybe in the future. Activision Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th. So those that was a conversation that was flying around for a while. Are they gonna put Call of Duty and all those games on Game Pass? Because then who's gonna buy them? Like, everybody's gonna just purchase Game Pass. At least that's what a lot of people said. And apparently, yeah, they decided to do this. This is gonna be crazy. Like, Game Pass is gonna have so many subscribers, and here we come to the next thing. He said 30 million Game Pass players. So I think that's gonna skyrocket with as soon as Call of Duty comes on that service. They are not changing their strategy. A lot of people were saying, like, a lot of the rumors that were saying that we're gonna change the strategy. They're be publisher focused. They're not gonna make content anymore. No, their main strategy is still the same. Xbox Play Anywhere, multiple entitlements to the games. Phil would like to see that on more platforms. So yeah, they talked about Xbox Play Anywhere, which basically you can, with a lot of Xbox games, you can play your game on Xbox and then continue playing on the Windows, like the thing I mentioned before, right? And they want to do that more and more, and he would like to see that other platforms too, like PlayStation and Nintendo. I think that would be dope if no matter where I play, I can continue playing that game with the save file and everything. Like, I would love, for example, to play my playthrough of Elden Ring that I started on PS4, continue that maybe on New Game Plus on my PC, like continue the things that I had there on my PC. That would be dope. but probably not gonna see that, at least for Elden Ring. We are one of the largest publishers. This slide here was pretty savage. We're one of the largest publishers on PlayStation and Switch because of the acquisition of Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, especially with Minecraft. Especially with Minecraft, they're one of the largest publishers because that's the most purchased game ever. One of Phil Spencer has been on Xbox for 20 years and wants Xbox to be in the best position in next 20 years. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If you're the leader of Xbox, of course you want the company you're working for to be in a good position. That's a no-brainer. And one thing that he said, it's an industry that didn't really grow and leads to job elimination. So they did mention the job cuts because even with Microsoft it happened, with Xbox, they cut a lot of people off of the companies. It was like in the thousands, I think. But saying that it's because of that the industry didn't really grow, isn't the gaming market steadily growing like crazy? It's one of the most, it's the biggest market, right? It's bigger than movies, it's bigger than the music, it's the biggest market, and I think it's bigger than ever. Of course, at some point we're gonna reach that cap, where there's not gonna be really more players. Like you reached all the people like that play on console, you reached almost everybody that's playing on phone, on PC. But I don't know, did we reach that already? Maybe he's talking about Xbox itself, that they reached their cap, so that's why they had to do the job eliminations. I'm 100% sure what he wanted to say with. I mean, I know what he wanted to say with that statement, but it doesn't really make sense to say that the industry didn't really grow. Maybe didn't grow as much as they thought it would. I don't know. For me, it seems like the gaming market is insanely big, but that's just my opinion, I guess. AMD powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024, so apparently we're not gonna see that many more AMD powered consoles. I don't know what kind of consoles would come out in 2024, but apparently those that are not gonna be AMD powered. There are two choices to grow the industry: fixed numbers of players, find new ways to monetize those players. So yeah, they were talking about how to monetize players, right? And the second point, get more money out of those players. So yeah, with the players you already have, find new ways to get money from them, or expand the business and find new players. Latter point is more important to them. So they want to find new players and not the players they already have, squeeze everything out of them. At least that's what they said. They mentioned Call of Duty and Minecraft and compared it to Roblox and Fortnite, because that's probably the biggest games they have in terms of how many people play them. And with their goal to go more multi-platform, those games are going to be a really big help in terms of doing that. Library of games and friends, those things influence what devices people decide to play on, definitely. Like, where you already have your library is going to be a really big factor on what you're going to decide to play on next. Like, I had my library on PS for a while, so I was pretty keen on continuing doing that. But then now I'm on PC, and getting me off the PC is probably going to be really difficult because I've been starting to build my library and my save files on there. And so I'm going to probably be pretty PC focused. So what he's saying is 100% true. And especially also with the friends thing, you're going to play where your friends are, right? He also mentioned they are in a unique position, which is true. They have Windows, right? They have Xbox, they have their mobile department, they have so many things they can utilize, and they are indeed in a pretty unique position compared to their competitors. He mentioned Palworld, largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. That's crazy. When he said that, it caught me off surprise because I haven't been on Game Pass for a while, so I didn't know that was on Game Pass. And one thing he also reiterated is they give creator options. Developers, I think, again, he means with creators. So like developers can decide: do you want it on Game Pass? Do you want it on Xbox and PC, or only Xbox? Do you well, maybe not those particular things, but they have a lot of things they can decide if they want to cloud, not cloud, Game Pass, not Game Pass, because Xbox has so many options. They can give their developers a lot of options what they want to do. Highest digit users ever across all their platforms. So a lot of people were saying Xbox is doing really bad, so that's why they're changing their strategy and whatnot. Apparently not. They have the most players ever on all of their platforms. At least that's what they said. Exiting hardware stuff, exciting hardware stuff coming out this holiday. So yeah, they kind of hinting at a new hardware release on this year. I don't know if it's gonna be like a revamp of the Xbox Series, like it's gonna be a slimmer model or a slightly faster model, like a pro model or something. I don't think like an immediately like complete refresh, like an Xbox, like a new generation, like that kind of hardware. I think it's just gonna be a refresh of the current hardware. They are invested in the next generation roadmap, and their focus is to deliver the largest technical leap you will ever have seen in a hardware generation. I highly doubt that it's gonna be the largest technical leap, because we've kind of already had it. The largest technical leap was from 2D to 3D graphics. Like, you're never gonna top that. That's the biggest leap. After that, it's just slight graphical improvements, and we've already had those, right? But I don't know. I'm gonna keep my eyes open. They might surprise me, but I think improvement is gonna be very, very slim from now on, and it has been for years. One thing he also talked about is game preservation. Windows has maintained software compatibility, can play games from decades ago, and they try to bring that view to console. That's one thing I think they are really good at, especially on Windows, right? You can play, as he said, decade-old games. I played Silent Hill. I played a lot of games that are not technically supported by that hardware, but through the community you can play it. On Xbox, they're doing a lot of things with Xbox 360 backwards compatibility. It's crazy. Like, you can play so many games, and they with a lot of the games they even went back and made some enhancements to it. Like, you can play them 4K and 60 FPS. I think that's one thing that PlayStation definitely should take a note at, because there's so many games in their library that would benefit so much if you could play them in an enhanced manner on the PS5. The next point: keep up the services as long as possible. So they want to keep their, I'm guessing, like stores, Game Pass, and those kind of things. They want to keep those for as long as possible. Respect the investments people have made going forward. So probably, I don't know, respect if somebody made a purchase that they can still get access to it. So that means not only making online games only, right? That a single player game, if it's not supported anymore with the service, that then you can't play it anymore. I hope that's what that means. One of the biggest development organizations in the industry. That's also one thing he said. And the last point: they got more than 10 major releases coming out, which is such a good thing, because Xbox has been pretty dry with releases. I mean, PlayStation as well, but I think with Xbox it's a little bit more extreme, because the thing is, with PlayStation you still have like that PS4 catalog, which they made a lot of games, and with Xbox and the Xbox One it was just pretty dry. So I think it's great that we're gonna see 10 major releases, and a few of them that they named are Hellblade 2, Diablo 4 expansion, Avowed, and Indiana Jones, and many more. So yeah, I think they cleared a lot of things up, because Xbox a lot of the times is kind of, not very particular about the messaging, like leaves questions unanswered. So, but I think with this, they did a great job. Some things, of course, still unanswered, but they can't answer everything. They still want to leave some things open, right, for future reveals. And yeah, overall, it looks way better than I thought it was going to be. Because if you watch my video before this, it was looking like like it was going in a different kind of direction. I mean, I know it. I knew it was rumors that were going around, but you were still like, "Ooh, where is this going?" But yeah, pretty interesting stuff right here. So thanks for watching, and see ya on the next one.